Hey everyone, welcome back. A very happy new year to all of you. My last video on consistent compounders got a great response, and it got me thinking about the foundation of successful investing, that is knowledge. As we head into 2025, many of us are looking to restart or refine our investing strategies, and that's what we'll be discussing today. Specifically, the crucial role of reading in building a solid value investing foundation. I will also be suggesting the books that can get you started even if you have zero experience in investing. So, let's get started. Imagine setting off on a long journey without a map or compass or any prior knowledge of the terrain. You might wander aimlessly, encounter dead ends, and ultimately never reach your destination. That's what investing without a solid base of knowledge is like. And reading is the map, the compass, the essential guide for navigating the complex world of investing. Without it, your journey won't be as meaningful, efficient, or successful. Think of it like learning a new language. You can't just jump into conversations without understanding the grammar and the vocabulary. Similarly, you can't expect to succeed in investing without understanding the fundamental principles. When I started, I was completely clueless. I didn't know where to begin, which books to read, or what I was even looking for. And let me tell you, starting with the wrong books made it even worse. It was overwhelming. And even when I did pick up books, they were often the wrong ones, too technical or too dry, and this actually discouraged me and stalled my learning progress. I think it's a common problem. The starting point is very, very important. So I knew reading was important, but where to start? I had always wanted to read more in general, but I never really found my focus. Around this time, I also kept hearing about the power of compounding and the magic of compounding and so on. As someone who was always interested in maths, I had solved hundreds of compound interest problems in my middle school. So I didn't get what the big deal was. What is this compounding? But then I stumbled upon The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. That book was a real eye-opener. It made me realize I knew the formula but had no understanding of its practical application in life and investing. It was a huge shift in my thinking. This is a simple read where no investing or finance knowledge is required. So anyone can get started. This book will teach you the most important lesson in investing, and that is power of compound interest. Small, consistent actions compounded over time lead to massive results. And value investing is the game of small, consistent actions that compound over time to generate wealth. Learning about compounding is the very first step in investing. Without that, it will be really hard to develop any sort of framework. By this time, I was constantly seeing this name pop up in my Google and YouTube searches. Warren Buffett. At the time, I honestly didn't know who he was. But I quickly learned he is considered the GOAT of investing. And importantly, he is a very big reader. While researching Warren Buffett, I discovered the books he consistently recommends: The Intelligent Investor, Security Analysis, Common Stocks and Common Profits, and so on. Looking at them on Amazon, though, honestly terrified me. They seemed incredibly dense and technical. And coming from a software engineering background, where precision is paramount, the world of finance felt really overwhelming at this stage. My finance knowledge was practically zero. I didn't want to jump into the deep end and get discouraged. That's when I found a book titled Warren Buffett's Three Favorite Books: A Guide to the Intelligent Investor, Security Analysis, and The Wealth of Nations. I thought, okay, this might be a good way to dip my toes in. I figured I could at least read the summaries and see if any of it resonated with this tech guy. The books Buffett loves are very long and difficult. This guide makes them easier to understand basically. It's only 200 pages and has videos to explain things like stocks and bonds. It doesn't promise quick riches, but it shows how Buffett thinks about investing in general. And that was the turning point for me. This book helped me grasp the core concepts without getting lost in the technical details. The core concepts of value investing all made sense to me, and I was ready for more. This is where I think it all started for me. To understand investing better, I knew I needed to learn accounting. Searching on Amazon was again overwhelming. So I picked up another helpful book by the same authors, Stig Broderson and Preston Fish, from the Investors podcast. It's a great introduction to financial statements like income statements and balance sheets, explained in a simple manner. I highly recommend this book if you are just starting out. I was learning about value investing and kept encountering this idea of intrinsic value. I wanted to know how to calculate it. Through YouTube, then I discovered Phil Town's rule number 1 and I grabbed a copy from my local library. It explained the calculation, but what stood out was the qualitative analysis using the 4 M's, meaning moat, management, and margin of safety. His story of learning, investing, and becoming successful was also very motivating for me. And the final book that I am going to talk about today is the famous One Up on Wall Street by the legendary Peter Lynch. This book, One Up on Wall Street by Peter Lynch, really changed how I looked at investing. It taught me to pay attention to the businesses I interact with every day. It's a great starting point for beginners because it shows how to use your existing knowledge to find potential investments. While reading these books won't make you an overnight expert, but they will provide you with the essential framework and mindset for successful value investing. They will give you the tools to analyze companies, understand market dynamics, and make informed decisions. This is the solid foundation required for future growth and improvement. It's about continuous learning and refinement. Starting with the right books sets you on the right path for 2025 and beyond. I will link all these books in the description below. Let me know in the comments which books have been most influential in your investing journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.